the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Darren Lee there to get him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Watson now on second down. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
For Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops. It up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Right now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Buying time to his left. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Escapes the sack. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Come back, come back. Down.
To throw on second is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Back, 22. Come back, come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Richmond. Blue 8, come back. Blue 8. 2 jet.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Detroit now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Gun.
Darnold from the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Patriot.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll stop him at the 1-yard line, but small consolation there following the turnover.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run it with Hill, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Jeremy Hill, his first touchdown on the year, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen.
Oh, this is blocked. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball,
there's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Left sideline is complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
On 1st and 10, Darnold keeps himself upright, steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, If you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jordan Leggett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. On 1st and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. Caught here by Conley. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Jets. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
To throw is Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And for the throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll escape to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Second down and 10, Darnold. Now he's flushed out left. Room here to run. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Willie Henry. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half.
This is second and long. From the 50, it's Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gun, 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 gun.
Back to throw, Darnold. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Go, 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 go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Gonna need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Darnold on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 54 yards.
Back that up. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold for the red zone now. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. They still can't get it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Detroit!
Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Gone! We got three. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. Now he's forced out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He'll get it up the middle. Twisting away. And now running right through him. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Kevin Pierre-Louis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A shotgun snap for Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Richmond. Tiger.
Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break. Watson, he's going to sling this deep downfield, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he simply... taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Leopard! No. Lucky 56!
On first down, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now it's Darnold. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. The Jets on the move. Couple of big plays back-to-back. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
All right, now, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold now to throw. And some room to maneuver. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Back to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Coleman on the toss. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second and goal from the 1.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun!
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second and 10, Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
It's Coleman here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and goal. This is Coleman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that's going to tie the ball game at 27 all. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Black 22! Black 22! Come back, come back!
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Back now here on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Richmond! Do Jack!
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Richmond. Tiger. Come back. 22. 2 Jet. 22. 2 Jet.
Now Watson. Being chased out left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Reset. Come back. Tiger. 2 Jet. 2 Jet. Tiger.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson now, operating from the gun. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. The give is to Jones. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go.
Come back.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It was Anthony Averett who got him down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms and turned it loose towards him.
Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle there by Eli Harold.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. Fighting through it. He's got space. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.